Hey everyone. Now, as a leader, are you communicating as well as you could or should? So the number one issue I encounter in every organization is communication. Now, of course, there's reality and perception are mixed in all of that, but the bottom line is, as leaders, as organizations, as teams, we just simply do not communicate well. Now, communication, well, we have the communication, the flow of information that we require to run our process, but that's probably 20% of it. The rest of it is all the stuff that surrounds and supports our ability to do that and to function, again, within our teams, within our organization, cross-functionally, up and down the organization, and it's generally really poor. So what do I mean by communication? Well, communication are, I guess, the pieces of information, the clarity that we require, again, to have a clear sense of what we're doing, how we're doing it, how we, tackle and approach our problems, all of those types of things. And most people will say, well, the communication's poor, it's not often enough. When I am communicated, it's just a download, so I'm told stuff. The information we get isn't always easy to understand, and so on and so forth. So for me, we really need to focus on that. And there's the question, are you listening? Because communication just isn't one-way traffic. And I experience a lot where the communication, when it does happen, is just telling. It's just a download, it's just one-way traffic, and the leaders are almost tone deaf to any feedback or don't want to hear any feedback from the lower levels of the organization, particularly the front line. So for me, the communication, one, it needs to be structured, so it needs to be frequent enough. It could be daily, it could be weekly, whatever's working for the team. It's got to be simple and clear, so it needs to be easy to translate and understand. The other part of that is that it needs to be a feedback mechanism. So the communication, yes, we need directives and we need updates and we need to know what's happening, but it's really important, and particularly in a continuous improvement or a lean environment, that we're getting the feedback, because that's critical. So the feedback comes in many different forms. So it can be in those formal meetings. Again, we have to create a structure to facilitate the feedback. So visual management works really, really well in that case. Feedback and the listening part can be body language. Sometimes it's what's not being said that's really important. So we have to be, we have to convey the information as leaders, but we also have to ask questions. We also have to really be present and listen to that feedback properly, because that's the other part of the communication. So for me, communication is always an issue. It's always a challenge, and sometimes we have to try many different ways to communicate and ensure that one, the message is getting through, but two, that we are listening, because this is probably the most important part. Because if we're not doing that, then we're not engaging people, and we're missing so many opportunities to improve our process, improve our business, come together as a team and as an organization to really move forward and optimize what it is we're doing. Thanks for your time.